Thank you for taking time on your Saturday morning to be here. Thank yourself, because this is ultimately for you, not me. We're going to start on our backs this morning. So if you're not already there, go ahead and recline back. Just doing whatever you'd like with your legs and your arms as we get started. Just be somewhere nice and easy. And just let your mat hold you, the back of your head, your shoulder blades, your tailbone, your feet. And together, let's take a really big breath in, fill up the belly, the lungs, the chest, through your mouth, a big sigh out. And let's do one more like that, a big breath in, fill the belly, the lungs, all the way up to the collarbones, open, big sigh out. That was good. I think we needed that. Now seal off the lips. Let both the inhales, the exhales travel through the nose. Starting to build that conscious, steady, deeper yoga breath. Trying to match the length of your inhales with the length of your exhales. Think about your breath in as that opportunity to energize and expand. And your breath out is the opportunity to release and let go. Breathing in, filling from the bottom all the way to the top. Breathing out, releasing from the top all the way to the bottom. And if you haven't already, you might add in that constriction in the back of your throat, creating ujjayi, victorious breath, that ocean sound, which will strengthen the anchor that your breath can become for you in your practice, just helping to keep your mind fully here in these sacred moments on your mat. On your next inhale, full body stretch. Reach the fingers back, point the toes forward. Exhale, knees to chest. Just hug the body in. And then set your left foot on the mat. Left knee points up to the ceiling. Take a hold of your right knee in both of your hands. And with your left foot grounded and your hands on your right knee, just start to draw circles with the right knee. So think about getting some movement down in your hip joints. So it's not so much about circling the knee, more so about moving the knee to rotate the top of the thigh bone in the hip joint. And then start to straighten the right leg. You'll take the hands behind the thigh. Once the heel gets up to the sky, point and flex your right toes a few times. Circle the ankle one direction and then the other. And then with those hands gently pressing up against the back of the right thigh, just see if you can soften through the hamstring, getting that thigh a little closer to the belly. Staying with that steady pattern of your breath. And if your left foot isn't on the mat, bend the knee, put the left foot on the mat, bend the right knee, cross the right ankle slightly below the left knee, figure 4. Press with your right hand the right knee forward. I want you to get a nice big external rotation now in that right hip. So that right knee presses forward. And every step along the way, allow yourself to feel any sensations that arise. Those sensations are like the body's clues to help you attune to what's just right for you in each moment. With your left foot on the mat, fully now cross the right knee over the left. Scoot your hips just a touch to the right. Drop your knees off to the left. Take your arms out wide for a twist. Now see if you can soften in the outer right hip and thigh. Allowing the right shoulder blade to fall heavy. A big breath up through the right side of the torso. And a long breath out. One more inhale up the right side. Exhale, back to center, unwind the legs, full body stretch, fingers back, toes forward, fill all the way up. Exhale, knees back to the chest. Keep a hold of the left knee, put the right foot on the mat. Draw some circles with that left knee, again, to rotate the head of the femur bone around in the hip socket. Left heel to the sky, catch behind the thigh, point and flex the foot, and then draw some circles with the left ankle. And then for the last few breaths here, just think about softening into the belly of the hamstring, probably right about where your hands are. Getting that thigh a little closer towards your torso, feeling that release in the back of the left leg. Inhale. Make sure your right foot is on the mat, bend the left knee, cross the left ankle slightly below the right knee. Left hand presses the left knee forward just to maximize the external rotation in the left hip. And then fully cross, left knee over the right knee, hips a touch to the left, knees drop off to the right, arms out wide. Soften all the way along the outer left hip and thigh. Be heavy in your left shoulder blade. Inhale. Back to center, exhale. Uncross the legs, full body stretch, but this time let your hands and your heels hover and just pause here. Feel the core start to turn on. That belly button driving down to the ground. Another breath in, reach long, hover. Exhale, hug in, knees to chest, forearms wrap around your shins. Inhale, long body stretch, hover, strong core. Exhale, hug in, squeeze tight. One more, lengthen out, hover. Exhale, hug in, stay. Start to rock and roll backward, forward, shoulder blades to tiptoes. And then eventually make your way to tabletop. Spread the fingers, press down in the shins. Shoulders about over the wrists, hips about over the knees. Once you're set, drop the belly, lift the heart. Take a nice big inhale. Tuck the chin, round the spine, exhale. Stick with those two movements, or if there's anything else you'd like to add on here, as we just continue to kind of peel away those outer layers of tension, stress that we build up overnight and also throughout our week. So the practice is more about an unraveling than an enhancing. Do more full rounds of breath. Just savor each one, finding that movement that feels just right. And then pause in the center, tuck your toes and lift your knees to just a hover, a few inches above the mat. You'll feel that core turn back on here. Think about breathing on your inhales into the sides of the ribs, like you're expanding those out side to side. And then those exhales, you're pulling up on your pelvic floor, pressing your belly button up and in towards your spine. Those big inhales into the sides of the ribs. Exhales, we draw up and press in. One more here. Inhale into the sides of the ribs. Exhale, draw up, press in, hips to sky, downward facing dog. Pedal out through the heels, bend through the knees, shake the head yes, shake the head no. And then rise high on your tiptoes, bend the knees deeply, take the belly all the way back to the thigh bones. You're long from your hands to your hips. Fill all that space up, breathe in. Slowly roll forward out to plank pose. You want a long back body, so shift the toes back as needed. Yeah, and just notice if your hips feel like they're sagging. Firm the quads into the bones, the navel to the spine. So we try to keep the hips right about in line with our shoulders. And then with that low belly pulling in, press the whole earth away with your hands. Shift forward, inhale. Bend the elbows, come all the way down to the mat, exhale. Take your fingers out nice and wide. Lift the chin, chest. So hip points to toenails, you're connected to the mat. Just the chest lifting all the way to like the tops of the ribs. Feel the collarbone spread, the back of the neck nice and long. Inhale, can you lift and fill just a touch higher? Exhale, release it back down. Hands under shoulders, tuck your toes, press up to plank pose. Downward facing dog. Right heel high. Step your right foot up between your hands. Come up onto your fingertips. Just for an inhale, dip the hips forward and lengthen the spine. And then exhale, drop the left knee to the mat. Start to shift the hips back. You're folding long over your right leg, half splits. Moving that right sitting bone back in space so you can once again soften into the right hamstring. If it's there for you, left hand can catch those right toes, flex them back towards your face. You might even turn them a little bit inward toward that center line of your mat. And then find your breath again. Remember, those inhales are making space for lengthening, expanding. The exhales are the softening, the releasing. Release the foot, shift back forward. As you do so, just heel toe that right foot out a bit and turn the toes out to about 1 or 2 o'clock. So both hands make their way into the inside of the right foot, sinking in for a little lizard here, releasing into the front of the left hip. Breathing, just caring a lot for our hips in this beginning of class. They are the area in our body that tend to accumulate extra tension, stress, that stuff we're hanging on to that we don't need to anymore. Pressing into your hands with your straight arms, tuck the left toes, pick up that left knee. The long spine as you inhale, step forward, left foot to the outside of the left hand squat pose. Obviously, first time here this morning, so take up as much space as you need in your feet to just get really grounded. Torso nice and tall. Try to set your head over your hips. Inhale. Hands to the mat, hips to the sky. Just keep the feet out wide here as we fold. Walk both hands over to the right edge of the mat. Keep the feet out wide. And then see if you can nudge that left hip back a little bit in space. And one of the best things you can do here is just be sure you're dropping heavy into your head, your jaw is relaxed. Walk the hands back to the center of the mat. Take your time, keep the feet out wide. Slowly roll all the way to stand, stretching the fingers high over your head. Once they get up there, take the left wrist and the right hand aside, stretch up and over to the right. Stay rooted in your left foot. Through the center, inhale, turn your palms out to face the side room. Sweep the arms behind the back, lace up the fingers, draw your knuckles down, your eyes, your chin, your chest, lift it up. Inhale, soften into the knees, forward fold, exhale. Once the head drops low, see if you can float the knuckles up. Soften that space between your shoulder blades. Inhale. Hands to the mat, exhale, walk the feet underneath of the hips, toes face straight forward, halfway lift, press the fingers into the shins, pull your head out away from your hips, exhale, plant your palms, step back to plank pose. Feel it right away, the quads hug to the bones, the navel to the spine, the hands plug into the earth, shift forward, inhale, halfway down, elbows stay close to the body, shoulders are in line with the elbows, maybe slightly higher. Upward facing dog, slide to the tops of the feet. Roll the shoulders back in space and pull your heart forward. Downward facing dog with the hips high. Left heel to the sky. Step your left foot forward. Come up on your fingertips for an inhale. Drop the hips, lengthen spine. Exhale, drop the right knee. Shift the hips back. Fold long over your left leg. Heart reaching toward or beyond the knee, the left knee. You might take your right hand to your left toes, pull them back, maybe slightly inward toward that center line. And then get into that flow of breath and feel how it helps you have a better experience in the pose. Start to shift back forward. As you do, heel toe, left foot out, turn the toes out to about 10 o'clock. 2 hands land inside, left foot lizard, sink the hips down, release into the front of the right thigh and hip flexor. You're on your 2 straight arms, tuck the toes, pick the right knee up, a long spine first, and then step, right foot to the outside of right hand, hips sink low, shoulders over hips, head over shoulders. Inhale. Forward fold, keep the feet out wide. Walk 2 hands to the left edge of the mat. And when you do, think about that right sitting bone moving back. That will enhance the sensation in the right leg. Just let that happen. Resisting it, you're making space for it. Hands back to center, slowly stacking 1 vertebra at a time. Roll all the way up, reach all the way up. And once you get up, take your right wrist in your left hand, a side stretch up and over to the left. Inhale, come to center. Exhale, hands to heart. Close your eyes. And just land on your 2 feet, in your body, in your breath, in the connection of your palms. In this experience of being in the present moment, being in the sacredness of your practice, the space for you to pour all of your energy into you, right? We pour so much energy into all the other things in life. This is a space where you pour all of your energy into you. And there might be an intention for that pouring this morning. And if so, you just honor it right here, pressing it in between the hands, sealing it into the heart, and reminding yourself that what we do here is so much deeper than the physical work. It's this inner work that maybe nobody sees, but it's profound for our growth and our transformation. Open your eyes. Inhale, reach your fingers to the sky. Forward fold, exhale, fingers to the mat. Heel toe those feet underneath the hips if they're not already. Halfway lift, breath in. Exhale, plant the palms, step or float your feet back, lower halfway or all the way down. Cobra or upward facing dog. Deep inhale into the bottoms of the lungs. Exhale, downward facing dog, hips high. 3 breaths. Each breath reminding you of the sacredness of this experience, this work that you're here to do, this cleansing and clearing so that what's revealed when you leave is that truer sense of you. Inhale, rise high on your toes. Exhale, bend the knees deeply, step or float, feet to the top. Halfway lift, fly your arms back behind you. Exhale, fold your body in. Reach up, fill up all the way to the top. Exhale, forward fold, let all of your air out. Halfway lift, long spine. Exhale, plant your hands, step or float your feet back, lower halfway or all the way. Take your time, build strength. Upward facing, lift your heart. Down dog, hips high, breathe. Inhale, rise to your toes. Exhale, bend your knees, step, float. Halfway lift, fly your arms back. Exhale, fold in. Reach and rise, big inhale. Fold, release, exhale. Halfway. Low plank. Remember, that's halfway or all the way down, your choice. Back bend, cobra, upward, downward. From your inner right thigh, lift your right heel up and back. Keep the hips level, which means your toes will point down. So we're not concerned about the height of the leg. We're more concerned about building some strength here. Think about pressing your right heel away from your right hand. Inhale. Knee to nose check. Pull the knee through the center line. You just get it where you get it, but do rock those shoulders over your wrists. And then connect back into that deep layer of core to get that right shin bone as high as you can away from the ground. Yeah. And just make sure you're breathing. Into the side ribs on the inhale. Squeezing those deep core muscles on your exhale. Inhale, sweep the heel back high. Use that strong core. Exhale, softly land right foot between your hands. Reach your right arm to the sky, twist. Circle out that right wrist. Inhale, open up the right chest more. Exhale, right hand to the ground, slowly straighten into the right leg. So remember, this is kind of like that half split here. We're just up on 2 feet, but we're softening into the back of that right thigh. You can handle a little more. Think about plugging right thigh bone into the hip socket and then moving it a touch back in space. Maybe your work is to soften more in the left heel. Maybe it's to soften more into the muscles of your face and your jaw. Rebend the right knee till it's over the ankle. Inhale, crescent lunge, 10 fingers reach up. So you want to be like really electric in this back left heel. So it's lifting and it's pressing. Lift, 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 lift. And then think about reaching your 10 fingers up out of your hips. Inhale, reach super high through those right fingertips. And then as we exhale, we're going to reach right fingertips to the back of the room, up and back, up and back. Left arm will reach forward, twist. So lower body stays completely the same. Our hips are facing forward. We're twisting from our rib cage and above. You might take that left eye back to the right thumb. And then just feel your 10 fingertips reach in opposite directions. Inhale, back to center crescent. Exhale, fly your arms back behind you. Press into the right foot, lift the left toes. Warrior 3. Level hips. Left toes face down to the mat. Pull your head forward and drive that left heel back. Next inhale, step forward, chair pose, bend the knees, sink the hips, reach the arms alongside the ears. You're in your heels, you're in your toes. Your outer hips are firm, your inner thighs are squeezing. More length, breath in. Exhale, fly the arms back behind, rise up onto the tiptoes, lift your heels super high. Inner ankles squeeze in toward one another, inner thighs squeeze in toward one another. Bottom ribs pulling down and in so your core is strong to help hold you steady, eyes down the bridge of your nose. Heels down, straighten the legs, sweep it up, high mountain, open that front body. Exhale, forward fold, release. Halfway lift. Feet back, lower halfway or all the way. Upward facing, air deep into your lungs. Downward facing, hips high. Left heel up and back. Lift from your inner left thigh. Hips level. Toes down. Left heel an extension of your left hands. Drive it back. Inhale. Knee through the center line, nose, chest. Exhale, shoulders over wrists. You're pressing the whole earth away. You're activating all those deeper core muscles to lift the left shin bone as high as you can. And then you're just breathing so smoothly through it. So we're never here to add stress or tension. We're really using that breath to keep everything calm, cool, collected, even in the midst of a little bit of challenge. Inhale, heel back high. Use that strong core. Lightly land left foot between your hands. Left arm will reach to the sky. Circle out your left wrist. Inhale, open left chest. Exhale, left hand down. Slowly straighten into left leg, like a wide-legged pyramid pose. Let your spine drape over your left thigh. Right heel heavy, head heavier. Rebend the left knee, reach the 10 fingers high, crescent lunge. So squeeze your right quad into the bone, which will lengthen the back of the right leg. Remember, we're lifting the heel and pressing it back. Like feel your heel come alive, that right heel. Inhale, reach higher through left fingertips, and on the exhale, those fingertips are gonna reach all the way to the back of the room, like you're taking a big backstroke. Make that shoulder work for it. Twist, twist, twist. Yeah, that's okay. It was probably more me than you. All right, now actively reach out through those left fingers so that your heart is right over your hips. You can see yourself on this side. So most of you need to pull yourself back in space just a little bit so we keep that spine tall. Back through center, inhale, crescent. Exhale, arms fly back, press into the left foot, right toes lift, keep the hips level, warrior three. Pretend like you're gonna set that right foot on the back wall. Steady the eyes, find that connection of the left big toe pressing into your mat. Inhale, chair pose, right foot steps, knees bend, arms reach. Slightly tuck the tailbone, feel the belly button draw in. Breathe in. Fly your arms back, come high on your tiptoes, heels lift, you know, make it like slightly scary, as scary as like a yoga pose can get. You know, you feel like you're gonna fall over the edge, but you know you're so braced in your legs and your core that you've got yourself. Bend the knees more, bend the knees more, yeah. Bend the knees even more. All right, heels down, straighten the legs, reach up, fill up, high mountain. Exhale, forward fold. Half lift. Feet back, lower halfway or all the way. Smooth, strong flow, just like water, upward facing. Downward facing, pause, a full round of breath in and out. Let's flow, slow and steady, right heel lifts, inhale. Knee to nose, exhale. Heel to sky, big step through. Right fingers high, twist, breathe in. Right hand down, straighten the right leg, fold, breathe out. Crescent lunge, reach up, fill up. Open arm twist to the right, exhale. Back to crescent, inhale. Warrior three, take off, exhale. Step forward, bend the knees, chair pose. Fly the arms back, come high on your tiptoes. Sweep up, heels down, high mountain. Exhale, forward fold. Halfway lift, low plank. Lift your chest, lift your hips. Lift your left heel, knee to nose, squeeze. Heel to sky, extend, big step through. Left fingers lift, twist. Left hand down, straighten into left leg, fold. Crescent, reach up, fill up. Exhale, twist to the left. Back to crescent, inhale. Warrior three, exhale. Big step forward, chair pose, sink down. Exhale, fly your arms back, lift your heels. Heels down, lift your fingers, high mountain. Exhale, forward fold. Halfway lift. Low plank, be strong, hug the elbows in. Upward, downward, pause, full inhale, complete exhale. One more time through, right heel lifts, knee to nose, squeeze. Heel to sky, big step through. Twist to the right, breathe in. Straighten the right leg, fold, breathe out. Crescent, reach up, fill up. Twist to the right, exhale, squeeze the breath out. Back to crescent, inhale. Fly, warrior three, exhale. Chair pose, step forward, land every pose. Exhale, fly the arms back. This is why our breath is long and steady. High mountain, fill all the way to the top. Forward fold, release all of your air out. Halfway lift, long spine. Feet back, lower down, take your time. Feel every pose. Upward facing. Downward facing. Left heel up. Knee to nose, chest. You got it. Heel high. Big step through. Left fingers to the sky. Twist. Left leg straightens. Folds. 10 fingers up. Crescent. Open arm twist to the left. Back to crescent. Warrior 3. Step forward, land, chair pose, sink low. High on your tiptoes, fly the arms back. Reach up, fill up. Exhale, forward folds. Halfway lift. Feet back, lower. Your back bend, inhale. Down dog, exhale. We rest, 5 breaths. Take them here, take them in child's pose, take them in a seat, take them and get a drink. Take what you need. Your sacred time on your mats, peeling away those layers so that we can connect to those deepest parts of ourselves. That's what this is about. And it's impossible to do that when your mind is off your mat. So stay aware. You notice you wander, come back. And sometimes it's just wandering to that person in front of you or next to you. Come back to your breath, the sensations of your body, that intention you might have set, or those callings that are coming from within you. We'll meet again in downward facing dog. Once you're there, right heel high. Right knee, left elbow. Connect it as best you can, shoulders over wrists. So all of my anticipators in the room, don't do that thing that you normally do. Just stick with me. Take your right leg out to the left. And I want you to take that right foot as far to the left as you can. But remember, anticipators, Alyssa didn't say lift your left hand off the mat. So put your left hand back, keep scooting that right foot as far left as you can. Now press the ground away with your 2 hands, inhale. Bend your elbows, lower down halfway, exhale. Come back to the top, inhale, lower halfway, exhale. Come back to the top, inhale, lower halfway, exhale. Come back to the top, inhale, now lift your left hand away from the mat, that modified side plank, yes. Open up the chest, option to take that left hand over the ear, left hand to the front of the room. Yeah, and an option also to lift that right foot away from the ground if you want a little more challenge. So you find your place, right? Sometimes we're in the space to amp things up. Sometimes we need to dial it back. You're the thermostat of your practice. Inhale. Plank pose. 2 hands, 10 toes on the mat. All right. So we're going to do what I like to call funky plank. That left hand's going to, or that left arm's going to stay right as it is. And then you're going to drop just your right forearm to the ground. If you have long arms like me, you might have to put a little bend in that left elbow and just do that. And I know this seems pretty benign, but you know, a little shake will inevitably come on for most of us. Be strong in your core here. Keep squeezing the quads to the bones. And then I want you to make that breath so smooth and steady. Like let your breath reflect only calmness. All right, 2 forearms to the mat. Drop your left one as well. Drop your left one as well. You want your wrists coming straight out of your elbows and your shoulders over your wrists. Take an inhale breath right here. And then exhale, drop your knees, hips, tops of feet to the mat. So we're in Sphinx pose. We're going to take an inhale here and slide the heart forward through the gate of the arms. And then exhale, we press into tops of feet, tuck the chin into the chest and lift your thighs and belly away from the mat. And then inhale, drop the hips, slide the heart through the gate of the arms. Deep core lifts the hips away from the mat. One more time. Inhale, slide the heart forward. Exhale, lift the hips away from the mat. Inhale, Sphinx pose. We'll stay for 3 breaths. You're welcome to take the hands out, lift the elbows if you just want a little more space here in the chest. Breathe. Inhale. Exhale, chin and chest down. Slide your fingertips beneath the tops of your shoulders. Tuck your toes, firm your legs. Press up to plank pose. Downward facing dog. Right heel lifts. Right foot steps, come straight up to crescent lunge. Hands to your heart center. Hinge forward, twist to the right. Put as much of this rotational work into the core, which means be pretty light in the connection of that left elbow. Put your head back in your headrest. You could open up one or both arms if you'd like. But again, keep the rotational work in the core. On your next breath in, big transition, open to star pose facing the left side of the room. Mirrors. Arms out nice and wide, legs out nice and wide, toes out, heels in. Yeah, just release all of that compression we had in the twist. Just let everything flow. Inhale here. Exhale, hands are coming to heart center. We're putting a bend in the left knee. So think about an ice side lunge here. Drop as heavy as you can in your tailbone. Keep your shoulders more moving back towards your hips versus forward. And then keep the right foot connected. Settle into the inner thigh stretch in that right leg. 2 more breaths. Inhale. Seamlessly, warrior 2, front of the room. Arms go out to T, spin on that right heel so your right toes face 12 o'clock. Slightly turn those left toes in. Hips continue to face the left. Eyes look forward. Firm into your outer hips. Reverse triangle, straighten the right leg, reach the right fingers up and back. So think about driving to the right foot and then pulling the right fingers as far away from the ankle as you can. Left arm relaxes along your side or wraps behind your back. Fill up that right side body space. And then take it with you. Side angle, rebend the right knee, drop the right arm or fingers down. Left arm can stay up in the air or reach alongside your ear. Both are fine, just kind of whatever you're feeling here. You also have that option to lift the right arm out in front of you. Remember, you're the thermostat. Dial it up where it feels right. Dial it back when it feels too much. Keep moving that right hip back in space. One more inhale, reach up or reach forward. Exhale, 2 hands to the mat frame. The right foot spin onto the ball. The left foot standing split. Straighten the right leg. Lift the left heel to the ceiling. Drop your head nice and low. Walk your fingers in toward those right toes. You could catch an ankle with a hand or two. Steady yourself. Inhale, that left heel a smidge higher. Exhale, take the left knee behind or to the outside of the right knee. We're holding for 5 breaths. Hands could stay down or 1 or 2 hands could make their way up to your heart. That right glute will start to talk. Just meet it with the calmness of your breath. All right, so we've been kind of working toward this. We're gonna do it. So from here, no hands. If you have no hands, you can try it this way. Otherwise, put your hands down. We're sliding very slowly, left knee to the outside of the right foot. Once you get it down, take your hips inside of that left heel. So option 1 is the option that everybody in this room can do, no problem. And that's just a twist to the right. So hooking left elbow, we're hugging right shin with the left arm, twisting to the right. If you want to play, we're going to go the other way, opposite direction. We're going to twist to the left. So we're going to take left hand kind of out a little bit from the left hip. We're going to straighten left leg forward and turn our right toe to face the left side of the room. We're taking right hand to the outside of left foot. And then you're going to use every bit of that lower core strength we turned on earlier to see if you can get your hips off the mat. Yeah, it looks easy, but when you try to do it, you're like, whoa, it's deceptive. All right. Baby grasshopper is what it's called. And we've got a lot of little baby grasshoppers flying today. I love it. All right, 3, 2, and 1. We'll all turn back to center. So come back to these legs. Slide that left leg in if it went long. We're going to press really deep into right foot and kind of shift yourself forward so you can get your hands out in front of you. I want you to use all the strength in the right leg to come right back up to standing split. So challenge that steadiness and sturdiness in the hips. Awesome. And then take an inhale, lift that left heel high, give that left leg a stretch. Exhale, left foot joins the right, top of the mat. Come up onto your tiptoes, lift your heels nice and slow, bend your knees and sink your hips down to your heels. And just take a moment in your toe balance. You can bring your hands to your heart. A really nice place to stay, or if you want to fly in crow pose, separate the knees, place the hands on the mat out in front of you, tilt the sitting bones up to the ceiling, lift heels towards your glutes, looking forward, shifting forward. And remember, your goal is to stay with you, not that person in front of you or beside you. You stay with you. Your practice only works when you stay with you. Inhale. We meet again in down dog. Take what you need to get back there. We'll spend a few breaths there resetting between our sides. So good, side one. Just side two. That's it. No big deal. Find that steadiness in your breath. That's what's going to carry you through. All right, here we go. Left heel lifts. Left knee, right elbow. Remember, stay. Just stay. Right elbow. Shoulders over wrists. Straighten that left leg as far right as you can. Yeah, get into that outer hip there. And then press the ground away, inhale. Bend your elbows lower, halfway down, exhale. Press the ground away, inhale. Halfway, exhale. Press the ground away, inhale. Halfway, exhale. Come to the top, reach that right arm to the sky, open up the chest. You might take right arm over your ear. You might lift that left foot for some extra core work. Yeah. Keep pressing left hand into the ground like you're pressing the earth away. Lifting the left hip away from the mat, strengthening that oblique. You got it. One more inhale, lift. Plank pose. So we've got that funky plank. This time our right arm is going to stay and our left forearm will drop down. And again, if you need a little bend in that right arm, you take that. But the elbow doesn't drop all the way down like it does on the left side. And then you firm up the quads, firm up the core. And then the biggest work is the steadiness in your breath. Like you're literally stuff like this, training your nervous system to be calm when something funky happens in your life. And that's like every day, right? So we're learning to be a little less reactive. Learning to not let those stressors cause us to have a stress response. All right, 2 forearms on the mat. Forearm plank, just holding in stillness for a few breaths, like you're recentering yourself. It's less funky here. Still challenging, right? But less funky. We got through the funkiness. All right, one more inhale. Exhale, knees, feet to the mat. This is just all a stretch this time. You can stay in your Sphinx. You can find that seal pose. Hands reach out, elbows lift. Just make sure you can really spread your collarbones wide without jacking your shoulders up to your ears. Inhale. Chin and chest to the mat. Slide the fingers back. Firm up the legs. Tuck the toes. Press up to plank pose. Downward facing dog. Left heel lifts. You got it. Back up on the legs. They're fresh. Left foot steps. Crescent lunge. Rise. Don't give up on yourself. Hands to heart. Long spine first. Over that left thigh. Twist to the left. Remember, lighten that connection of the right arm because you're using your strong core to make the twist more than the support of the arm. Maybe you open an arm or two. Head forward. Breath deep. And then on your next inhale, open up to the right, star pose, nice and big. Just let it all release. Inhale, fill up the pose, all 5 directions. Hands to heart, nice big bend in that right knee, that like high side lunge. Keep the left foot connected. Sitting bones back and down, tailbone slightly tucked, bottom ribs drawn in. Inhale. Warrior 2, exhale, seamlessly pivot on the left heel, left toes face forward, left knee out toward the pinky toe side. Feel those inner thighs, head in opposite directions. Shoulders soft. This is it, just a few more poses up on our legs. Straighten left leg, reverse your triangle, left fingers reach up and back. Yeah, it gets so long. Let your right ear drop heavy toward your right shoulder. Big inhale, reach up, reach back. Side angle, bend the left knee, left fingers down, right arm high or toward the windows. Open up the heart. Big breath in, reach up or reach forward. Exhale, hands frame the left foot, spin onto the ball of the right foot, standing split. So first, just find that strength and steadiness in the left leg. Press into the big toe mound side, lift through the inner arch as your head drops low. Send that right heel high. Breathe. Inhale. Right knee behind her to the outside of the left knee. You could keep 10 fingers down, 5 fingers down, or bring 2 hands to your heart. 5 breaths. Just let the strength build in that left glute muscle. Take an inhale, no hands if you can. Slowly bend that left knee nice and deep until you can drop the right knee all the way to the outside of the left foot. Hips set themselves down. So same thing this side, and don't even debate what you're gonna do. Just like pick, right? Both are great. So we take that twist. You're long in the spine. Or we have the opposite direction for our baby grasshopper. Now it's this right hand that comes kind of cat-a-corner out from the right hip. Left toes face the side wall. Right leg goes long. Left hand reaches for the outside edge of the right foot. You set your eyes, you firm your core, and you lift that right hip away from the floor. Yes, yes. I debated on whether or not to teach this because this stuff is ridiculous, but sometimes it's kind of fun to explore weird ways we can move our bodies. So you all are amazing. One more breath in. You did it. Come back to center. Slide that right leg in. Okay, so we're going to do a lot of hip strengthening to get us up. So set the hands out. Press into that left foot all the way back up to standing splits. Lift that right heel high. And then step your right foot forward. Halfway lift. Rinse out your spine. Exhale, folds. Big toes to touch. Lift the heels. Sink it down. Don't use your hands. Don't use your hands. You can do it without your hands. Back to that toe balance. Lace up your fingers, flip your palms inside out. Take the heels of the hands to the ceiling. Reach the arms back by the ears. One more inhale here. Exhale, hands to the ground in front of you. 2 options. We did this last week. You can either just walk the hands forward, drop the chin into the chest, or baby crow. Since we're working all this weird deep core stuff, you're on your forearms, toes lift. The good news is you're not very far from the ground. The bad news is this is also deceptively really challenging. So do it if you wish, skip it if you wish. 3 more breaths. And then we're all on our forearms, right? Step the toes to the back of the mat. Lower the knees, the hips down. Take a nice big Sphinx pose. Lift your heart. Pull it through the gate of the arms. And then exhale, set your chin and your chest to your mats. Come onto the right cheek. Take a few breaths there. And then come on to the left cheek and take a few breaths there. Feeling that heart beat against the mat. Starting to slow everything back down. And then chin in the center of the mat. Take your right arm directly out to the right, like you're going to touch the right side wall. Kick your left heel up. Take a slow roll over the front of the right shoulder. Head heavy. And if you get here and you're like, I don't feel very much in my right shoulder or chest, try to move your right thumb a little closer to the front of the room. Or you could put a bend in your right elbow and make a half goalpost arm. Take a breath in. Exhale, we'll roll back to center. And as you roll to center, you're going to keep that left knee bent and create a half frog, which means the left knee is going to go out to the left side of the room. 90-degree angle at that left knee. So your left heel is moving straight back from your left knee toward the back of the room. And then option here to thread your needle, pressing into the left hand to pick up the chest so you can slide the right arm underneath of you. That's just an option. I know it makes it a little funky here as we're laying on our bellies. So if that's just not feeling right for you, you can skip that. And as we start this work of deeper release, lengthen your exhales. That's the part of our breath, remember, that is the letting go and releasing part. So meet the work with those longer exhales. It'll make this time more effective. One more full round of breath here. In. Heavy in that inner left thigh, out. And if you're in that thread the needle, just make sure that left hand supports you as you lift your chest and work the right arm out, and then send the left leg straight back behind you. Left arm out to the left side, kick the right heel up. We'll take that roll over the front of the left shoulder, head heavy. Yeah, and just keep shifting to that state of deep calm. You know, even if life outside of here is chaotic and crazy right now, see if you can savor the calmness you can find on your yoga mat. Sometimes in life, that's like the only space we can be in calm. Take a breath in. Slowly come back to center, and as you do, remember that right knee is going to stay bent and head directly out to the right. That half frog, you're on your belly. You've got that option to thread the needle with the left arm moving underneath of your chest. And what you ideally want to do here is like be really heavy in that inner right thigh and in your chest. More full round of breath in. Out. If you thread the needle, right hand helps lift the chest up so you can slide the left arm out. Right leg goes long back behind, child's pose, hips to heels. And then from here, we'll rise to a kneeling position. So you'll want to slide your knees under your hips if you took a really wide knee child's pose. Reaching the 10 fingers to the sky. You're standing on your shin bones. 10 fingers to the sky. Take an inhale. Open arm twist to the right, just like we did in our crescent lunge. Hips stay facing forward. That right hip's going to want to move back. Turn it back forward. And then take right hand to right heel or right hand to lower back as you reach left fingers to the sky. Just like a half camel here, a little more accessible than a full camel. Little light squeeze of the glutes to press the hips forward. And then really feel yourself lift out of your heart. Inhale, come back to center, reach your 10 fingers high as we switch out our sides. Find that open arm twist to the left first, and that left hip back forward. And then left hand drops, heel or lower back. Right fingers lift. Press the hips forward, and then lift through your heart. Inhale. Exhale, release the hips to the heels. Just take a moment, let the spine reset. Nice tall spine, head on straight. Breath in. Breath out. Lift the hips away from the heels, kneeling pose. Full camel this time. We'll start with the hands, the lower back, fingers facing down towards your back pockets. Squeeze your elbows in towards your spine so you can activate your upper back muscles. We start to lift the eyes, the chin, the chest. Stay or drop the hands to the heels. You could always tuck your toes under and bring the earth a little closer to you. Hips press forward, collarbone spread. 3 more breaths. Stay with it. Big breaths, 2. Last one. Hips to heels. Just let the spine release nice and tall. Head on straight. Breath in. A breath out. Hips off to one side of the heels. Take the feet to the front of the mat and lie on your back. Once you get on your back, feet to the sky, inversion of choice. Keeping your tailbone down, propping it up with a block or your hands. Spend a few breaths here first. This is about our neutralizing pose for our deep back bending camel. And then after a few breaths, if you want to take plow pose, you can take the toes over the head. Slow the breath down even more, especially those exhales, starting to make that full shift. Take a breath or 2, slowly make your way up. Once the tailbone touches down, send the left leg long, pull the right knee in, hook your right peace fingers around your right big toe. Half happy baby. See if you can pull that right thigh bone down to the outside of your right rib cage. Feel the comfort of that back body heavy against your mat. Release the toe with the left hand, guide the right knee across the body, twist, right arm goes to the right. Back to center, switch your legs out, right leg long, left knee in, hook your peace fingers around your left big toe. Just a touch of arm strength to slide that left thigh bone to the outside of your torso. Release the toe with the right hand, catch the left knee, guide it across the body. Back to center, 2 knees in. Wrap your forearms around your shins. Give yourself a big hug, a tight squeeze. A deep breath in. Fill up the backs of the lungs, the back of your heart. And then exhale, let yourself go. Long, heavy, effortless. Every bone, every joint, every muscle, every tissue, completely relaxed. Doing some of the most important work we can ever do in our lives, sitting with ourselves in stillness, not running, but being fully present with yourself, with your experience in this here and now. Begin to bring your mind back to your breath. Energize your body with a deep breath in. Open your mouth, let it all out. And then bring movement back in. Just whatever feels right. It might be your fingers, your toes, your wrists, ankles, a nod of the head, a full body stretch. When the time feels right, bring your knees to your chest. Rock side to side. Falling to one side and making your way up to a seat. Joining your hands in front of your heart, closing your eyes. Spend one more moment with yourself. with your intention, with this knowing that you've done great work here this morning on your mats, for your physical body, and for so much more of yourself. Let's take a final breath together, fill up, sit tall. And a big breath out as we bow forward and seal our practice in. Thank you all so much for showing up, sharing your energy with me and everybody in this space. You're amazing. You matter. Namaste.